happening all up towards the front. This was for the lead. Max Reeves with Brett Cruz chasing, and he gets a little bit wide in 1 and 2.
They just overdrove the corner a little bit, got that right rear up at the upper part of the black on the racetrack, and around he went. Fortunately, no one made any contact with him, so he get that car fired up, back on the racetrack, and he'll be fine.
The good news for Max is that even though he had a similar problem at Springfield, he was able to bounce back and finish 6th in what was his first ever Arca Menards Series start on dirt. So that will bring out the caution with new leader Brent Cruz vying for that Hungry Hens dirt double bonus, $20,000 on the line if he can get the job done here with the caution flag flying for the first time in this race. Gives us an opportunity to have a chance to talk to someone who has had a lot of success here. In fact, let's take a look at some of the drivers who have won here at DuQuoin at Arca Menards Series competition, the most in the history of this event's tenure. And Phil, it's quite the populated list.
Yeah, without a doubt. You see Frank Kimmel top of the list. Frank's on most of the lists we have here in Arca Menards Series. 10-time champion, 80 winners. But how about that guy down there at 4th in line with 3 wins, Kenny Schrader? He was pretty good here too.
Yeah, actually was pretty good here today, fresh off the racetrack in his dirt modified. Another win. Welcome to the booth, Ken Schrader. How's it going?
The race and the Silver Crown race because no one's in here. And then the day I said, they're doing TV up there. And I said, dang, they took my spot.
He didn't want to talk. He said, no, if you're going to come here and watch,
Ken
you're going to have to
still
talk
looks the same as he always has.
You know, there's a fine line up there. When you get out of that black, that shiny black is where the most grip is. You get up in that black that's got a little bit of that powdery, dusty stuff on it, there's no grip, and that's just what happened to our leader there.
That's what I was talking about. Some of these guys are engineers when they come to this dirt, and this is one of the guys right here. Kenny, you've been doing this a long time. How about this racetrack? Obviously, all the guys in the garage area were talking about the fact that it was black from the Silver Crown race yesterday, and said normally it's not like that when we get here.
Right. Well, the Silver Crown guys widen the track out a lot. The Arca boys are used to pavement racing. They stay down at the bottom. It doesn't give the opportunity for the track to really widen out. So Track Enterprises, Bob Sargent decided, we're going to leave it nice and wide and black and let them just try to work it in. And I think it's made for a lot better track for the Arca cars.
Well, we saw those top 4 that were really under a blanket prior to that spin by Max Reed.
LeVar Scott, topside, going way wide in turns 1 and 2. He'll slide in between Butterbean and the 28. Avedissian trying to still get to drivers left of LeVar Scott on the backstretch.
And I think she's going to get there. Drives it hard down to the corner.
Oh,
LeVar almost overcooked it there in 3 and 4.
He was almost over that dust, wasn't he? Top of the black.
He was on the borderline, but he was able to get back down there. You see the leader choose the outside there because the outside groove is cleaner. The inside groove has a little bit more of that dust, and you can get that launch at the start.
And this is a weird racetrack in the fact that the start-finish line is way down farther than the center of the straightaways down towards turn 1.
With these cars, if you drive it into the flagman, you got to be prepared for some big stuff when you get down there to turn 1 because you're in there pretty deep.
So Cruz in command of the race, but our General Tire pole sitter, Lawless Allen, keeping him honest. Closing up on the back of the Nitro Motorsports number 70. A very impressive start to this race for Allen, with Butterbean lurking back there in 3rd.
Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw Brent Cruz dominate that dirt race at Springfield. A lot more competitive field here this time at DuQuoin.
I've been so impressed with some of these guys that, you know, they're so young to start with, but then we throw them into the big heavy car, and then we throw them into a dirt track. Now, this is just like driving a real slick asphalt track. It's not like you're slinging it sideways, but these boys, they look great.
And girls.
Yeah, boys and girls.
That's right.
I've watched her race a lot of things, and she is stout.
Yeah.
Lawless Allen kind of right in the middle in terms of range of dirt experience. He ran the NASCAR Craftsman Trucks race at Knoxville back in 2022, finished top 20 there. Also bounced around from some classes at Millbridge, but his first ARCA start on dirt was at Springfield, where he was involved in some early trouble, and he has learned the discipline quite well to be sticking with Cruz at this point in the race.
See Butterbean right there hanging on in 3rd in the 28 car.
You know, this series, dirt tracks, road courses, short tracks, super speedways, you know, it's just amazing. You can learn some stuff when you race this series.
And we talk about that, especially before the trucks went to dirt, before the Cup Series went to dirt. The most diverse series really in all of America.
most definitely.
See a battle here for 7th spot. That's Tim Monroe in the 11, who oftentimes comes out and runs the dirt races. He's finished in the top 10 in the past in Arca Menards competition on dirt. And Tony Costantino, fresh off of his first top 10 finish in a part-time slate in 2025, last time out at Madison. Talked to Tony earlier today, and he said, I love the dirt stuff. Only done it once before, and that was at Springfield. And we're looking to have a lot of fun tonight, maybe en route to his second top 10 of the season.
Yeah, we're talking